What's good, everybody? If you came here from the How I Passed This CompTIA A+ video, welcome to my channel. I knew I was gonna put out a second video, and hopefully some of you did as well. That's why you subscribed. You wanted to stay in touch. But man, the support has been tremendous. Like, I've been reached out to by Perscolis, which is the school that I studied at for the A+. I've been reached out to by CompTIA. They DM'd me and were like, we want to send you a gift for gratuities or whatever. I was like, man, that's awesome. And then you guys have been just supporting me in a major way. I mean, like 10,000 views in 2-3 weeks. It's just encouraging me to post more consistently. And also, I know it took me an extra week to get this video out. Just bear with me as I'm transitioning into a flow of doing YouTube more consistently. As I explained in the last video, I'm starting to study for the Network Plus exam. So I've been doing that for a month. I've been in class 3 days a week with Perscolis. And I also started my full-time job as an IT engineer at a school. And then I also have been doing the YouTube thing as well. So that's all on top of, like, you know, normal life, relationships and stuff I do on weekends and things like that. Partying. No, I don't party.
Stop the cap.
But yeah, all that stuff like basically has been mixed together. So just bear with me as I'm dealing with that. If you're thinking about whether or not I'm going to continue to post, just understand I have a ton of videos that I already have scripted. I wish I could show you, but I don't want to give my everything away, you know? I gotta save a little something. But I'm gonna break down for you in a new video the difference between the Net Plus and the A+, and then I'm also gonna explain how to work with a teacher that doesn't really line up with your learning style. I won't get into the nitty-gritty about that, but yeah, just stay tuned. I definitely got a video coming up. Before we get into today's thing, I think like every other comment on my videos has been someone saying, oh yeah, I'm part of Perscolis, I studied there, I just took the exam, I live in New York, or yada yada yada. Like, if that's you, if you're Perscolis, if you're alumni, if you're a friend of the fam, guys, welcome, nice to meet you. I also have another social media account, so I'm mostly active on Instagram. Please connect with me under Geralt, which is my full name, or you can look up G Stewie. Why do I speak? G Stewie is something I made when I was 16, but hey, that's me, that's who I am. And also Facebook as well. If you want to connect with me, let's stay in touch. Last year has been a crazy year, and I studied online, so I didn't get to really be side by side with the people I studied with. Hopefully connect in person in the future or something like that. All right, I've been chatting, I've been talking a lot. Let's get into today's topic. Today's topic is how to get hacked on Instagram in 2021. Or at least how my friends did it. Or at least how some other people that I know did it, and what you can do to prevent that from happening to you. Because I've had 3 friends within this past year who have all been hacked on Instagram and Facebook. They lost access to all their information, and their accounts have been compromised completely. And according to Google, it's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. So I'm doing my part to help you guys be more informed, more educated, and safer users on the internet. First question of the day comes from Jane over at Whoville. She asked, are cyber attacks a serious threat? Now, Jane, I don't know if you were aware of all the events that happened in our country last year, but as a result of all that happening, the world has become a more online internet-based community. We're all connected virtually nowadays, so that means that at any point or some point throughout your day, you're likely to pick up a device and get on the internet. Am I right? I'm right. But don't just take it from me. Here's a statement from Norton, which is a reputable antivirus software. Cyber attacks are very common and can come in many forms. So you might say, okay, but why are they threatening though? Well, cyber attacks are very costly. So larger businesses, they spend millions of dollars recovering from data breaches. But for everyday people like you and I, what would be the cost to replace your childhood memories, your family photos, your treasured moments? See, I'm about to cry even just thinking about this, just losing this stuff. If all that were only uploaded to social media, I think the cost of replacing that information would hurt more than losing $1 million if I was a small business. So with that being said, cyber attacks are a very serious threat, and we should take them seriously. Next question comes in from Swiper the Fox over at Nick Jr. Swiper asks, what are the chances that a hack could happen to me though? Well, allow me to direct you to this study right here. It comes from the University of Maryland, and they have quantified that a hack happens, get this, every 39 seconds. How long do you think I've been talking for? Maybe 4 or 5 minutes? That's like 5 hacks in the time I've started this video alone. So if that don't scare you, maybe this next one will. Hold on. This one comes in from Bob the Builder over at Hack is Whack. Bob states, well, Geralt, I wouldn't be so easily fooled as to fall for a scam. Bob, that's a fair point, and I think a lot of people would agree with you. However, let me update you. So as of 2020, there's a lot of things that have been going on in our world. A lot of people have been on unemployment. A lot of people have decided they're going to start a business. That's a good thing. A lot of people have been going back to school, right? With that in mind, I've noticed, and you may have as well, that there's been a lot of organizations, they've come alongside and they've showed their support for individuals who wanted to build their businesses, to learn more, go back to school, better themselves. And they've showed their support by creating funds, creating grants, and reaching out to individuals and, posting these opportunities online for people to apply and get access to, thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars, just to support people for doing the right thing in life. Let me tell you why hackers are so messed up. Hackers are using the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic to take advantage of people. Like, if that is not corrupt, guys, I don't know what is. Based off of my own experience, a hack that was sent directly to me, I can tell you right now, hackers are offering fake loans to college students. They're offering fake federal grants to folks who might be low on income, and also to small businesses, get this, who are in need of money. So this means you don't even have to be out there on the dark web. You don't have to be visiting inappropriate websites. You don't have to be downloading sketchy links or anything like that. These things will come right into your inbox and they will reach out to you without you even going out of your way. In fact, I'll let you know, all 3 of the individuals that I spoke with this year alone who all got hacked and their accounts got taken over, that all happened through social media. And the only reason it didn't happen to me when the hacker used their account to reach out to me with the scam is that before I responded, gave these people any of my information, even though I was conversing back and forth, before I went all the way through with it, I verified with my friends that I was directly talking to them. I wanted to be sure that I wasn't talking to some malicious person. And I didn't even know that this was the method the hackers were using. I was just skeptical. I just didn't trust some of the messages that were coming in at first glance. And that's one of the main points of me making this video. I want everyone to be a little bit more apprehensive of responding and sending out your details and giving personal information and filling out forms and clicking links. Before you do any of that, verify who's on the other end of that conversation that you're having. Yes, part of the reason that I'm making this video is because I was almost hacked 3 times this year on my Instagram and Facebook. Yes, I'm partially making this video because after almost getting hacked, I just realized that I should have 2-factor authentication enabled on all my applications and accounts. And those things kind of shocked me into action. But the main reason that I'm making this video is that I care about you guys knowing the best practices for being a user on the internet. So I want you guys to be as safe, as secure with your information, with your accounts, because the hassle of going through tech support, trying to recover your information is it's intensive, and sometimes the result doesn't even end up going your way. So Google says it's Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and I'm doing my part to help out. Whatever Google says, I'm gonna do. Okay, because I wanna be conscientious of your time, I'm gonna break down some common methods that hackers are using today. Not even like 10 years ago. This is present day stuff that they're using to try to get into your information. This is not a comprehensive list, and if you study cybersecurity or InfoSec or anything like that, of course, I'm not gonna go into all like the malware hacks and all the Trojan attacks or DOS attacks and things like that. This is more stuff that people on an everyday basis who are not involved in IT are going to understand, and these are practical steps that people are going to need, but it's still stuff that you may not even realize that people are doing. So check this out. I went over the direct messages already, but I'll tell you real briefly that majority of them happen on Instagram. It wasn't me who got hacked. My friends were using Instagram, everyday users just like yourself and myself, and a message came into them where it said, hey, do you want to receive some money for a grant? I know that's the case for one guy. And then another message came in. It was like a Cash App money flip or something like that. They were like, hey, do you want to make $500 today? Secondly, I noticed that a lot of hacks are coming in through emails, and this is not like brand new information. This is stuff that we all need to be aware of. If you've ever seen one of these emails come into your inbox and it says something like, your account has been involved in a data breach, please change your password immediately. It could look like a legit email from your bank or your email provider. So I'm not saying all those are fake, but the first thing you need to do is go to your actual app. If you use, let's say for example, that comes from your bank. If you have the app for your bank, TD Bank, go to the TD Bank app, check the message center, the alerts, notifications tab, check to see if they sent you that. Because if it just came in through your email and it didn't come in from the app, you probably want to go a step further and confirm, on the phone with your bank, like, hey, did you guys send me this or whatever? Because if you're just getting emails and it's not coming from your bank, that's one way for you to know that something might be up. Along the same lines, emails come in to influencers all the time about potential collaborations, wanting to work together. It'll look like something like this. Hey, we want to work with you. We want you to endorse our brand. Click this link to check out our profile on Instagram. It'll be the word Instagram.com, and it'll be hyperlinked and underlined and all that. It'll look super professional. So those are the ones which I say, okay, like definitely be wary of, because anytime someone sends you a link, you don't know what's behind that link. As I'm editing this, I realized that I never included what you should do when you come across a website that might be unsafe to click on. Best practice is to take note of the website, then go to your internet browser and manually type in the website from there. This ensures that you're using a trusted method to test out an untrusted website. Once you arrive at the website, you can test it out, make sure everything is safe and looks as if it should. However, you should continue this practice of manually typing in the website until you have met with or spoken to the person on the other end of the conversation. Just to cue you in, what could potentially happen if you had to hit enter and you go through to that website. What could happen is you get to a website that the hacker built. It looks somewhat like Instagram, because they can design these things to artificially represent the real thing. And it has an area for you to log in, and you fill that out, thinking nothing about it, and you hit enter. When you hit enter, your information is being captured on a hacker's fake website. So you will probably be redirected to Instagram.com. However, now that hacker is on the other end of the internet and they have access to your information. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna log in as well. Then they're gonna go to settings, they're gonna change your password, and then you're gonna hit refresh on your end, and then you're gonna be like, wait, why did I just get logged out? You're gonna try to put in your old information, and basically you're gonna be, wait, my stuff is locked out, and then all of a sudden, who knows what they're doing next. But the fact is they got into your account and you're locked out. And so that's how these hacks happen. That's how it goes. It's really quick. So before you go down that road, before any of that happens to you, just be aware they come in through emails. Keyloggers. Keyloggers are really fun stuff. I actually got pranked with a friend who used to study IT back in college, and he used the keylogger to capture my username, my student username and password. And he did it when I went to the bathroom at the school library. I was doing my homework and I walked away. I came back and didn't realize that he had inserted a USB drive into my computer, so that any text I typed on the keyboard would be captured onto that USB drive. And then before I left the library, he was able to take that USB drive out, but he did it when I was not paying attention. And over the next few days, he began to use my student ID to go onto my desktop and just redirect all my information around and change my desktop and delete photos and stuff. He didn't sabotage anything, but he basically pranked me real good. And after a few days, I was so confused. He came to me and he was like, hey bro, like, I don't know if you knew about this, but this is a thing called a keylogger. And he's like, I got you good. And he explained, the dangers of, it was like in a coding class or a hacking class or something. So it was like, something fun that his professor taught him about in school and he wanted to try it out. But some people don't use this just for fun, and they don't just do it with their friends. Some people try to do this to sabotage your life. So they'll actually capture your passwords and log into your bank information and destroy your family. I don't know what they'll do, but yeah, be aware of keyloggers. Shoulder surfing. Shoulder surfing is not a sport. Shoulder surfing is when someone is peering over your shoulder while you're at a computer typing in a password, or you're at an ATM machine at a bank and you're putting in your PIN number. Or if you didn't realize this could also be like on the train. Say you're on a packed subway train. I live in New York City, so the subways used to be packed during rush hour time, like 5 and 6 in the afternoon, and people would be shoulder to shoulder. So it wouldn't be wise at that time in the day to pull out your phone and to go to your bank app and type in, login is blah 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 and password is da da da, because you don't know how many people are able to see your information, and all they have to do is go to the app store, download the same bank app that you have, and using your information, they can log in on their phone and send you all the millions of dollars that you had saved up in your account. So something to be aware of. Don't give people access to your information. Look over your shoulders. Just be conscientious of who's around you when you're typing in passwords. This also is applicable if you're in the office place. If you're at work and you walk away to go to the office kitchen to get a coffee, and you left your computer open and you have like a post-it note that has like your password or something written on it, and it's right there on your computer, like, that's not smart either. The IT department should be telling you about that. But don't leave your passwords out in the open. It's just you're waiting to get hacked. It's just an easy way for people to get in. And yeah, low level of security. I almost didn't include this one because it's so random and it's so I'm like, why in the world are people using this? I don't know. But anyway, I came across this video of this guy. He's a young guy. He used to be a hacker, and he was sharing his secrets of what he used to do to get into people's information. And he's like, you know, I'm not like these other IT guys. You know, I used to just go and get the simplest, most efficient way to get people's information and get in, get out real quick. I was like, all right, cool, man. Sounds good to me. What did you do? So this dude went on to explain how he went on Amazon, paid maybe $10 or $15, and he purchased a card scanner. I'll pop up a picture for it somewhere over here. I don't know. I'll pop up a picture for it. How the story went was he was a drive-through employee at a fast food restaurant. And if you're familiar with fast food restaurant, you understand that when you go through the drive-through, it's normal practice to give your card to the teller at the window, and they're gonna take your card and swipe it, and they're gonna go through with paying for the order for your food. Yo, if you're already like, if you're already on it, like, you already know where I'm going with this. Dude, okay, so dude, man, I feel bad even sharing this kind of stuff, because it's like, some people take information like this and they don't just enjoy it for entertainment value. They really would take this information and go do it themselves. So if you're considering doing this, I'm not endorsing you do that at all. Actually, quite the opposite. So he didn't even go on to finish what he did. So it's kind of left up to the imagination. But if you know where I'm going with this, you know where I'm going with this. I don't know whether he was capturing card details, like the card info every time he swiped, or if he was, you know, running the transaction through his personal scanner, which would just take the amount. I don't exactly, yeah, I don't know what the end of the hack was there, but here's what I took away from it. If you're not going into your bank account and auditing all of your transactions on a daily or weekly basis, you're not being the smartest user that you could be on the internet. So there's this thing called a Salami attack. Salami attack is when someone gains access to your bank information and they use it to make a purchase or a transaction online, but it's a very small amount. Usually a couple of cents. It's most likely under $1. The initial attack is only meant to be a test of your intelligence as a user, and that person, since they have access to your account, they're watching to see what you're going to do after that transaction goes through. They want to see, are you going to react by canceling it, calling your bank, saying, hey, what was this? That was not me. They're going to, you know, see if you're going to shut that card down or anything like that. If you don't do that, they're going to proceed to send another transaction through, maybe the same amount, something small again. They'll do it in like a week's time or a month's time. They just want to test you out. They're basically prodding to see what are you going to do. If you do nothing after like a few days of that second attack going through, that person has secured access to your account. They've established that you're going to do nothing about it, and they've got someone on their hands who's not paying attention to their bank information. The next step is the final hack, and that's usually when the person will go and buy or spend the largest amount of money that they can from your account, maybe like jewelry or something super expensive, and they pay for it with your bank card. All to say, audit your transactions on the bank. I would say one of the top best practices out of this whole video is to be aware of where your money is going. If you're not aware of it, someone else might be. Is this like, I don't know, it looks a little bit like is the top of my head being cut off this whole time? Guys, no one was gonna tell me? No one was gonna comment and say, Gerald, your head was being cut off? Guys, this is the meat and potatoes. This is it right here. How to protect yourself against getting hacked. These are some practical steps that you can do right now to put yourself in a better position that you already are in. Two-factor authentication. Have you heard of it? If not, let me explain. Two-factor authentication is an extra layer of protection. Two-factor authentication is an extra layer of protection used to ensure the security of online accounts beyond just a username and a password. Turn it on for every single thing, everything, right? It's literally, if I were you, I would take my lunch break and I would just go through all the apps that handle all my credit card information, that handle all of my cloud-based information. So my social media, right? Instagram, Facebook, Apple ID, YouTube. YouTube is covered by Google. So you can go to google.com, you go to your settings, and you go to two-factor authentication. It's going to show you right there on the bottom how to do that. But if you have anything that has your credit card information already saved on it, Amazon, PayPal, your gym, LinkedIn, Snapchat, iCloud. Actually, that covers the kind of majority of it. But those are the main areas where you're most likely to get hacked. So I would say get on that real quick. So to explain it in my own words, before you gain access into any of these applications, there's going to be one layer of authentication that prevents you from getting there. That first factor is your username and your password. However, if that's all you have protecting your account from entry, then all someone has to do is figure out your username and your password, which in the day and age that we live in is not very hard. So what do you do in that instance? Well, my suggestion, again, two-factor authentication. This is an additional factor that someone has to go through before they can gain access into your account. So for example, you download Instagram, you want to get into Instagram with your account. You type in your username and password, boom, that's the first layer down. But if you have 2FA enabled, Instagram is going to say, okay, that's cool, but now do you have this 6-digit code that I'm gonna send to your phone number? And they send you a code, and if you have that phone on you, you'll be like, oh yeah, got it right here. And you send it in, you type it in, boom. Instagram's like, oh, okay, you're actually who you say you are. You have access granted. In the unlikely instance that someone else is trying to use your information on their phone to get into your computer or into your account, and they have your username and password, without that code that went to your cell phone, they will have been stopped at the second layer of authentication and your account has been protected. So it doesn't just stop at 2FA. You can also put, like for myself, when I turned it on, I did as many security features and layers of protection as I could go with. So there's also another app called Google Duo. Maybe I'll just post a picture on the screen. If you're passionate enough to go that far down the road with it, you're gonna figure out exactly how it works. And it's a fantastic another level that you can use to secure yourself. And my last tip, this is for all you super users, the ones of you who go above and beyond in every single one of my videos. You have a notebook here with you and the pen and paper and all that. I implore you, I encourage you, get in the habit of becoming familiar with these security agreements, these terms and conditions that you are just so quickly breezing through, accepting and going forward with on your computers. I'm not saying you need to read through 100 pages of technical jargon, but I don't know, get curious, maybe do a quick Google search of, okay, what comes with this new update that, you know, Google or Facebook or whatever is installing or is offering to me. You know, what are the changes being made? And the reason I say this is because it's really good to be aware of the data that you're giving these companies access to. As we learned in the case of the Facebook whistleblower just this month, in October, we cannot always assume that these larger companies have our best interest in mind. So if you made it this far, kudos to you. You have completed the fast track on how to be a smarter, more protected, and safer internet user. If in the unlikely circumstance in life, you become the victim of a hack, know that it happens to the best of us. Honestly, these hackers are trained liars, and their mission is to convince you that they're on your side. It's sick to the extent that they'll go. So be wary, be skeptical, but more importantly, if you get hacked, don't freeze up. Tell some people. You gotta look out for your close friends and your family. Make a new account, start to tag the old account, say guys, this is not me. If you're getting a message from this person, yada yada, get the word out, because the first person that these hackers are gonna target with the same attack is your close friends. So don't keep silent. And lastly, don't give up. Get to work right away contacting tech support with whichever platform you were hacked on. You likely weren't the first person hacked, and who better than the developers of that app to help you get your account back. There are many success stories of people who fought it out with these hackers. They contacted tech support, they got the whole situation sorted out. However, it's time sensitive. With your account in their control, you need to act fast because you don't know their intentions. And guys, this has been great. Honestly, I really enjoy creating these videos. If you found this information beneficial at all, if you think it could help someone that you know, please share, pass it on, drop it in your family group chat, drop it on your profile on Facebook. I think it's beneficial, and I want this to be out there for other people as well. So let's help other people together. If there's a video that you want me to create, drop that in the comment section below and I'll check that out. I know I'm gonna have a lot more time to create videos more consistently in the coming weeks once I pass this Net Plus exam in November. So subscribe, share, comment, all the good stuff, right? But take this with you on the way out. Everything is not within our control. But this video was created to make you aware of the tools that are, enabling you to be smarter and wiser out there on the web. Happy Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and I'll see you here next week. I know, I've tried to tell them repeatedly. Yeah, this is my 4th video. They watch 3 videos and they unsubscribe. They think they know everything. It's ridiculous, right? You think you know someone. Don't shoot me, I'm just the messenger. If you get hacked, I can only lead you to the water. I can't make you drink. I can only lead you to the 2FA. I can't turn it off for you.